What is going on, everybody? Payton here once again, and welcome back to my Everton career on FIFA 13. In the last video, we played Chelsea at Wembley in the Capital One Cup final, and yes, I did lose the game. I was unable to retain Everton's Capital One Cup trophy for this season. I was hoping that we could do it after we beat Manchester United last season in what was a pretty awesome final after beating them something like 3-0. But Chelsea went and won 1-0 in the last video after some really dodgy defending for myself. But we all know that it was Sylvain Distin's fault, don't we? Wink, wink. Anyway, but after that fixture against Chelsea, we're just going to have to put that one behind us and just basically stay focused for the next upcoming fixture, which is against Cardiff in the BPL. And also, hopefully next season, we come back stronger than ever and take that trophy back off Chelsea and bring it back to Goodison Park. There were quite a few changes to the starting 11. Most of the top players, my first team picks, were out due to lack of fitness after that fixture against Chelsea at Wembley. So you saw Duffy playing in left back. I know he was out of position, but I didn't have a left back because Leighton Baines is out injured. He's been out now for a couple of weeks, and we've also got Avedo. He was out. So I think in the summer I'm going to be looking for a new left back maybe. I'm not too sure at the moment who I'm going to be going for. So guys, leave your suggestions in the comments section below who I should get to fill that position just in case Baines and Avedo is out injured. We did beat Cardiff 1-0 thanks to Jordan for being in the right place at the right time and just tapping it in. We picked up the 3 points against them. After that game I received some great news. Leighton Baines has accepted my contract offer. He asked for a raise in wages and I was quite happy to give it to him. Kevin Morales wanted to start this game against Chelsea. That's right, we are playing Chelsea yet again, but this time in the Barclays Premier League, and it was a very important fixture if we wanted to get into that Champions League spot for next season. It is still very close at the top half of the Premier League. I mean, Chelsea are just a couple of points adrift, but if we could beat them here at Goodison Park, then that would mean we'd just be 1 point behind them. Could you just imagine if we could leapfrog them, go to that top position, and then just maintain our good run of form? Just close your eyes and imagine the crowd is chanting on the final day of the Barclays Premier League. The sun is beating down onto the pitch at Goodison Park. The final whistle was blown. Everton win 2-0. Everton are Barclays Premier League champions of 2013 to 2014. The Everton players come back out onto the pitch. Jagielka is handed the Premier League trophy. He holds it high above his head and fireworks are going off around him. How amazing would that be? I'm sorry for my little bit of storytelling now. I thought I'd just get you guys all involved and start feeling that moment because we are getting closer and closer to the end of the season. And I've just got a really good feeling about this. I reckon that this Everton side, that they can pull it off. They are capable of maybe lifting that trophy come the end of the season. Anyway, about this fixture against Chelsea in the BPL, we did have a penalty claim denied by the referee in the first half where Jelavic went down in the penalty area, but in the second half it all went into favour of this Everton side. Jelavic took a shot just inside the box and the ball deflected off to Rat, making it 1-0 to Everton. It's just a shame I didn't play like this in that Capital One Cup final against them in the last video. I've decided to show this highlight because I thought the passing was just out of this world. It was so fluid, it just went together just nicely, so smooth. We did beat Chelsea 1-0. We got them back after beating us in the Capital One Cup final. We take those 3 points away from them. And here is the league table after that fixture. Not many games remaining in the league itself. We are just currently 1 point behind Chelsea. We just have to make sure that we maintain our good run of form. And we can do this. I'm surprised by Man United's position as well, in 6th place. What is going on there? Now guys, moving on, if you remember 2 videos back, I signed up a scout for my Everton side. His name is Joel Akinfenwa. Not the Akinfenwa that you're thinking of, no, this is Joel effing Akinfenwa. And he is a beast when it comes to scouting young players. Now he produced me a list of 3 youngsters that could possibly go into my youth squad. Got Anthony Clark, Danny Murphy and Matt Sarr. Anthony Clark at the moment was the one that was sticking out the most for me. His potential could get between 60 to 86, and he's predominantly a midfielder. So I said we'll continue scouting him and continue scouting Danny Murphy as well, and we'll reject Matt Sarr as he doesn't seem as though he's got much potential. So we move on to our next fixture. You guys are going to enjoy this one. We was playing in the Europa League knockout stages before we got to the quarterfinals, and it was against PSG, the French side. And I was looking forward to this fixture because it was going to prove to be a test. It was going to be a challenge for my Everton side against a team like PSG, because they've got the likes of Ibrahimovic, they've got Motta, they've got Lucas, Lavezzi, Sarko, Van der Wiel, they've got Sirigu in goal. It was going to be a challenge. But as soon as the game kicked off, Ola John steals the ball off Lucas, using his pace to his advantage, takes the ball into the box, picks out Jelic, who unfortunately doesn't put it past Sirigu, but Darren Bent does. But unfortunately for Everton, it was indeed offside. Only just though, but what a start that would have been for this Everton side. Going 1-0 up against PSG, what a confidence boost it would have been for this Everton side to go ahead and grab a few more goals and take this one to the second leg, pushing us through to the next round, the quarterfinals of the Europa League. Ibrahimovic almost made us pay, almost opened up the scoring, and Ola John, who was looking on fire for this game against PSG, makes it 1-0 in the 13th minute, and this time it did count. We had opened up the scoring, but that didn't last very long. Gamero for PSG makes it 1-1, grabbing that away goal in the 31st minute, and that just showed PSG's determination to pick up a win here at Goodison Park and take this one to the second leg at their home ground and hopefully go through to that quarterfinals. But this Everton side wasn't going to let that happen, not yet. Jordan Ayew found Darren Bent, and there was a appeal for offside there, but Bent just tapped it into the back of the net, making it 2-1, beating Sirigu. There was a couple of minutes remaining of the game. Zaha was picked out, and he chipped the ball over the heads of the defenders, finding Van Rijn. What was Van Rijn doing so far up? That doesn't matter though, because he did grab Everton a goal, a third goal of the game, making it 3-1. And what a goal it was as well, just floating the ball over the top of Sirigu. And what a result against a team like PSG. Absolutely amazing. And look at that as well, after the fixture against PSG, we got some good news that Leighton Baines can return full-time to the Everton squad. But I'm not going to bring him straight into the starting 11 for Everton. I'm gonna ease him back into first team football, because I don't want him picking up another knock and getting injured maybe for even longer than he was before. Anyway, we move on to our next fixture. It is indeed in the FA Cup against Newcastle United. When I was playing this game, I was just chilling out, feeling relaxed after playing that big game against PSG, and then as soon as Newcastle opened up the scoring, it dawned on me, we've got to win this game because it's in the FA Cup. We've got to go through to the next round. I cannot be knocked out of this competition because we've already lost Capital One Cup, and I want to try and focus now on the FA Cup as well as the Europa League and the Premier League as well. I didn't really set my my standards for the Premier League to be so high. I just wanted that Champions League spot for next season. But we are doing so amazing at the moment in the Premier League, as you've already seen. So we've got 3 competitions to focus on at the moment. Morales did draw Everton level with Newcastle, and as the game was nearing its end, Blondie, the loanee from Manchester United, swings an across for Tarat, but it just goes wide, just skimming the post. It's just a shame that one didn't creep into the back of the net, because now we've got to replay Newcastle in the FA Cup, and we could have done without that fixture because we've still got important fixtures coming up. We've got PSG in the second leg of the Europa League. If we do get through to that next round, then it's just going to get increasingly harder. Fitness levels, they're going to be rock bottom. It's going to be really tough to select a good starting 11. I mean, all the 3 competitions that we're in at the moment, the FA Cup, the Premier League and the Europa League, one of those competitions is our performance is going to be hindered in one of those, and I have a feeling it's going to be the Premier League, because as you know, the Europa League is played on the Thursday, whereas we play in the BPL either on the Saturday or the Sunday. So it's just going to be really hard to pick a team, and some of the players, especially the youngsters like Tello and Zaha, their stamina is just going to be rock bottom because they don't have that experience of going through a full season starting in the first team of a football club. But we're just going to have to keep our head down and keep grinding the stone, and I'm sure we can come out on top. But in this game against PSG, the second leg, Jelavic opens up the scoring, making it 1-0 to Everton. And it's almost as if there is no issues with fitness, because our team is just putting in magnificent performances. Look at that for a shot. Just a shame it didn't go in. So the score at the time was 4-1 on aggregate, and I was so amazed that we was being able to do this against a team like PSG. Maybe I need to go and manage them and show them how it's done. As the game was coming to an end, Marouane Fellaini makes it 2-0 to Everton, and that pretty much confirms our spot in the next round of the Europa League, as the aggregate score was 5-1 against PSG. Just some amazing football from this Everton side. I couldn't be happier. We're through to the next round of the Europa League. Can't wait to see who we get. But as I've said, it's just going to get increasingly harder. Whilst you guys are still here watching this video, which is absolutely amazing of you, someone mentioned on my Facebook page that I should do a question and answer video. Should I do a Q&A? Let me know in the comment section below, guys, what you think. And if you guys do want to see a Q&A from me, unfortunately it won't be in the form of a face cam video, because I just don't have the ability to do that at the moment. I am working on that. I will get round to doing a face cam eventually. But in the meantime, if I do decide to do a Q&A, it'll be just like this. It'll be a special edition of FIFA 13 Career Mode with Everton, but with me answering your questions with your name up on the screen, and with the question, of course, and me answering it. So I think it'd be rather fun. It's something I haven't done on YouTube just yet, but be sure to let me know in the comment section below whether you want to see that. So moving on to our next and last fixture of this video, it was against Arsenal in the BPL. He's playing at the Emirates. As awesome as these big games are against the likes of Arsenal and Chelsea, I feel as though this Everton side deserves a bit of a rest, because it's been big game after big game. But the one thing that really appeals to me about this Everton side is their ability to continue and fight through the fitness issues. And in this game, as you've just saw, we were still giving Arsenal a run for their money, even though their side was probably fitter than ours at the time. We opened up the scoring against them thanks to a goal from Darren Bent, and we still look to make it 2-0. The referee comes barging into the penalty area, gives us a penalty after there was a bit of pushing and shoving going on in that box from that set piece. I give the penalty to Darren Bent. He steps up and beats Szczesny, who almost got a hand to it, and Bent made it 2-0 in the 36th minute. But in the second half, at the hour mark, Santi Cazorla, with his amazing dribbling skills, just demolishes my defence and makes it 2-1. It was a great goal. Kind of disappointed Borman. His performance has started to slip recently, letting in goals, but he's still a top-class goalkeeper. Zaha almost made it 3-1, but Darren Gibson, good job that he was following Zaha all the way with that overlap and just knocks it in with a perfect goal. Jagielka did get a red card, forgot to show you that, guys, but he will miss a game now. But at the end of the day, we beat Arsenal 3-1, not a problem against them. And that, guys, is the end of this video. I do hope that you've enjoyed, and be sure to let me know in the comments below whether you want to see a Q&A video in the future. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace out.